You want to counter Stormcallers with their slow arcing volley of lies. I'll show you how, and you'll even learn if missile interceptors can destroy a fortress fist. I've created a few easy guides for Mechabellum. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share uncomfortable game shorts if you find these helpful. Stormcallers fire missile-based attacks that are countered by missile interceptor tech on some units and missile interceptor devices found on the right during deployment. If you read the tooltips, you'll notice that this tech works best on the first volley and slowly gets worse and worse as it counters more and more attacks, but the efficiency resets each round. This tech is intended to counter Stormcallers and enemy sentry missiles, as well as these balls, which are actually missiles from Phantom Rays, Farseers, and Overlords. Looking at an attack can help you know whether or not it can be countered. Currently, they also intercept some tech upgrades like the missile salvo from Typhoons, incendiary or sticky bombs from Vulcans, electromagnetic pulse from Melting Points, and the anti-air attack from Fortresses. They can even shoot down the Fortress Rocket Punch, but those fists are fast. Currently, Sabertooths, Farseers, Mustangs, and the War Factory all have missile interceptor tech. Since Mustangs come in packs, they're really good at this role, but be aware that they can't shoot down missiles and DPS the enemy at the same time. Next, Sabertooths and Farseers need to be purchased in large numbers to keep up with an enemy who's spamming missile attacks. This can be expensive and potentially leave you vulnerable to counterplay. Lastly, the War Factory is massive and costly, meaning it likely won't be an option early on. You can open testing grounds to check things out for yourself and join the Mechabellum community. They are so knowledgeable and helpful. Okay, so the enemy started with Stormcallers and now their missiles blot out the sun. I try not to buy missile interceptor devices early on. They can die easily. Besides, you can still win an entire match without this tech depending on how your opponent responds. I would only buy the device if you can be reasonably sure that it'll win the match for you, and this can be hard to determine sometimes. So here's some other tips to survive. Mix and match as you observe the enemy's board state. Try using fast-moving units like crawlers. Stormcallers cannot attack within their minimum range, leaving them vulnerable to fast melee strikes. Also, consider placing units aggressively. This can help get in close to the enemy. And spread out your deployments. Stormcallers' attacks are somewhat inaccurate and slow. Units that overlap or are close together can get collateral damage. Better to keep things far apart, approaching from different angles and in waves. Air units are another obvious option when there's no anti-air for your enemy. You can also use tower buffs to help out. For example, high mobility from the command center increases your speed, but this buff costs supplies and only lasts for one round. A better option is to get the mobile beacon from the research tower. Place a fast-moving pack of crawlers in the Stormcallers line of sight and mobile beacon them around to keep distracting them. Stormcallers might seem annoying, but remember this guide and check the comments below for more ideas and tips. Then sub and share my underrated content. I make videos about things I wish I knew for lots of games, and you'll find great reviews here as well. See you next time.